Fun for the Arts, if you're going to support a cause, Fun for the Arts is really what keeps Louisville so cool. When people ask me about the city, I say, you know what, rich in arts, despite our size, we're a medium-sized market, but when it comes to the arts, we're a large-sized market, one of the best. With me now is the new president and CEO, Christen Boone, for the Fun for the Arts. Congratulations to you.
Thank you. I'm thrilled to be here.
You've got to be excited. You know, it was an exhaustive search. As you know, Barbara Sexton, she did an excellent job. And it's like filling in the shoes of a great coach.
Yes.
With that being said, you've got quite a resume yourself, and really high praise from people like David Jones, Sr., Shirley Willingans, the provost of the University of Louisville. All these people think the world of you. Tell us a little bit about your background. I'm going to make you brag on yourself.
Sure.
So
all right. Well, first, I think it's important to start with Barbara and to say, you know, Barbara Sexton Smith has been in leadership and supporting this community for many years, at the Fund for the Arts for 16 years, and just a force of nature. And so she's been a great friend, and I am so honored to be able to succeed her in this role. My background, I'm from Louisville. I'm a hometown girl. I went to Pleasure Ridge Park High School and had the opportunity to work at the Fund for the Arts in my early 20s. To work at Actors Theater of Louisville, to help build our magnificent parklands of Floyd's Fork, to be a part of that. And so now to be able to step into this role with the Fund for the Arts, it's really kind of coming home to me. It really brings all of my experience together of building relationship with donors, of supporting this community for many years.
You mentioned, I think your people skills are obvious here, which is great, and that's much needed because relationships are what it's all about.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about some of those relationships with the Fund for the Arts. You know, we're talking about bragging, brag a little bit about the companies that support you. Let them know you appreciate it. I think that's a good thing.
Absolutely. So the Fund for the Arts, we just celebrated Friday night. Our 2014 Fund for the Arts campaign raised over $8 million in this community, and so our top donor, who's been with us for many years, is Humana. Over $1.1 million from Humana Foundation and Humana employees.
Wow, look, there's the video footage. Now, is that of the big fat announcement of $8 million?
That's right. That was at Kentucky Shakespeare in the Park Friday night. We were out there and had over 1,100 people in Central Park for the Kentucky Shakespeare production of Hamlet. This is Mary Newberry, Mary Newby at Norton Healthcare, who has been raising money for Fund for the Arts, for Cosair Charities, for United Way, and so there's so many people that make this possible.
$8 million is a big, big number. Obviously, you come in and you're going to try to top that. How can people get involved? Now, I know you have a lot of company campaigns, you know, which is a smart way to raise money. But are there other ways that you plan on? Are you going to change the direction at all of the Fund for the Arts? How do you see that happening?
So right now, my job is this is day 4 for me. So just getting started, my first 60 days, I've really committed to just listening, to sitting down with key constituents, our donors, our workplace campaign donors, our corporate leaders, our civic leaders, our cultural partners, arts leaders, to ask the question as to how are we doing, what do we need to improve, what should we do differently to best serve this community. With more than 20,000 donors that give every year, it's really important that we stop and listen, and me as a new leader really take the time to think about and help craft a collective vision for the Fund for the Arts going forward.
You may not be a fan of the ballet or the orchestra or whatever the case may be. With that being said, I think people need to realize the economic impact of Fund for the Arts and the positive. You know, you hear the Visitors Bureau, you hear the mayor talk about heads in beds, etc., jobs. Talk a little bit about that, if you would.
$259 million in economic impact every year from our arts community. What we are able to do is to bring people to a vibrant community. The arts help attract companies, they help retain our talented workforce. They also bring people to performances. Every performance, every dollar that in a ticket, every ticket brings $24, $25 in additional spending. So that's dinner, that's hotels, that's concessions or t-shirts or all of that. I have 3 small children. So when we go to a performance at Stage 1 or to see a performance, we usually get memories that that they can bring. So for me, it's
Yeah, it's much more than that. It is as small as or as big as a memory, and it's also the economic impact on the city is incredible. Some people don't realize how the big scope, the big picture. When you talk to other people who have like jobs, your peers, other CEOs and presidents of people who do similar jobs in other cities, when you brag about Louisville, what do you point out when it comes to the Fund for the Arts? Is it actors, theater? I mean, tell me a little bit about that.
Well, what I say is that other communities that we compete with, so I came from the Greater Louisville Project, and it was all about how do we build a more competitive city? And the arts are part of our quality of place. It's how we differentiate ourselves. It's how we compete against those other cities. Some cities that are similar size to us that we're competing with have what are professional sports. And what we say is that we have professional arts. And that we not just deliver at the highest level, but that we deliver that across the community. So it's not just about the people that can purchase the high-end ticket, but it's about what do we bring to our schools, what do we bring to our underserved communities, and how do we support that for all of our neighbors.
I love your vision, and something I think that you touched upon there that I'd like you to expand on, if you would, is how important is it to get the youth involved at an early age and exposed to the arts?
Absolutely. There's there's lots of research that says that arts support the education. You have higher graduation rates, higher test scores, greater performance, attendance at schools, and as a mother, I know that all of that builds self-confidence. It builds the greatest chance for success. Not to mention that as we move into the 21st century, we need a creative, critical thinking workforce. We need a workforce that can think outside of the box, so to speak. Those traditional kind of hard skills are those that you can build upon, but those soft skills that allow you to be that kind of employee that people are looking for to help solve problems, the arts bring that kind
They certainly do. They give you the ability to think out of the box. So, Christen, good luck to you. I know you're on this big journey, meeting people, shaking hands, talking about your mission, but I can tell you're going to do very, very well. All right, you've got $8 million. What are we reaching for here? We have a goal yet in mind? Or?
We have not announced.
You're driven. I can tell you're driven, though. You are driven.
We haven't announced a new goal yet, but I'll tell you, there's opportunity in this community to do much more. Cincinnati, who's a competitive city of ours, is at $12 million from their United Arts Fund. They're about twice our size, but who says that we can't deliver on a similar scale?
We can do that. There's the website, right? And if folks want to give, can they go to that website and do that?
They can join. They can contribute through our website. They can follow us on Facebook. You can reach me via email to give me suggestions or give me your thoughts about how we can do a better job and better serve and better steward the gifts of our donors. So,
all right, so you have an open door policy.
I do, absolutely.
I love that.
It's going to take all of us to make this happen.
And corporations, companies that would like to get involved, please do call Christen. Welcome her aboard. And hey, if you have a big old fat check, that doesn't hurt either. So, no, but thank you very much. I really appreciate you going on. You're going to be successful, I can tell.
Well, thanks for having me, and we look forward to it.
Thank you very much. All right, speaking of successful, this gentleman's going to help you have a successful retirement. Tony Walker.